Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Data Toolkit. In today's module 8, we will learn how to load the data and the file format in the Snowflake. So basically we are loading the file from local machine to Snowflake. So we can call it as a stage. So where we can store it, it is a storage area where we can place our files. So there are two types, internal stage and external stage. So internal stage is nothing but the file stored inside the Snowflake. An external stage means files stored outside the Snowflake, for example GCP, Azure and AWS. So let's understand with the help of demo. So I have created the database and schema, you can see here. So whenever you are creating this schema, there are two schemas is created by default, that is the information schema and public. Let me show you. This is my file, customer ID, customer name and customer mobile number, where we will place into the Snowflake. So click here. I have created this table. Click on load data. You can see there are many options. Place name in editor, copy name, add column in editor, view definition and load data. So click on load data, go to browse. This is my file name. Click on next. So you can see here are the options: file format, JSON, Parquet, Avro, ORC and XML. So I selected my file format here and simply click on load. So you can see file successfully data is loaded. Click on query data. So it will give us the query. Just run this query. So you can see there are only two records in my file. So it is loaded into the Snowflake. Okay. Now we will see how to editor, what is the file format, how we can use the file format. So let me truncate this table first. Okay, it is truncated. Now we can see there are no record in my table. Okay, now let me reload same file. This is my table. Now here you can see view options. Click on view options. So you are able to see there are multiple options: header, field delimiter, trim space, field optionally enclosed by, replace invalid character, date format. Okay. So first let me do some changes in my source file. Now we will try to load this file. So it will throw the error, guys, the data will not load. Let me show you. So you can see here there is a warning data type. Click on view option. You can see header, first line, no header, first line contains, skip first line and custom. So by default this is the first line content. So if you want to skip your header, you can click on skip first line if it is if you want to skip the first line. Then field delimiter we will select. There are also many types: comma, tab, semicolon, space, vertical bar and custom. So I have the dollar in my file, so I will select the custom and place dollar. So you can see it is throwing me the error. Let me load this. So you can see failed to load the data. Error on line 2, character 0. So it will not load the data. You can see numeric value 10 ABC is not recognized. So if your source file format is not proper, it will not load the data, it will fail to load the data, it will throw the error like numeric value is not recognized in whatever column have the invalid format, then it will throw the error like this. Now let me show you, suppose if I want to skip two lines, then how we can do this. So let me load the data. So in the view option, I will select in the header, skip first line, but I want to skip two lines, then I will select custom and I will give the number of 2. Then field delimiter. It is by default comma, but if in your file there is a tab, semicolon, space, then you can select. And suppose there is a hash, percentage, then you can select the custom and you can provide here like hash, percentage, whatever it is in your file. So as of now, comma is by default. Then there is a trim space. If there is a space in your file, you can select the true. True is by default. There are two, true and false. Field option is enclosed by. So for example, in your source file, there are single quotes, double quotes. Then you can select this. So by default is double quotes. Replace invalid characters. True and false. So by default it is true. So let me load the data. So you can see it is loaded successfully. Click on query data. It will load only 2 records, 20 and 30. So whenever you are trying to load the data, you can see here, if file format is invalid, it will throw the error. You can see what should have happen if an error is encountered while loading a file. So do not load any data is by default, and still if you want to load the data, you can select this, only load valid data from the file. So let me show you. You can see here it is throwing me error for the customer ID record because I have did the changes in my source. So now if I want to select this, do not load any data by default, but if I want to load the data, wherever there is an incorrect record, I don't want to load that record. So only load valid data from the file. If there is error, still continue I want. So let me check and click on load. So you can see it is showing data partially loaded into the table. So there are total 3 records. So 2 records are loaded. Let me check. So you can see only valid data is loaded and it skipped the first record, which is invalid format. So in this way guys, you can load the data and you can check the file format in the Snowflake. If you feel this video is informative, please like, comment and share my videos. Thank you for watching. Keep learning and growing.